Hey Capricorn, I just sat down with my deck because I felt this intense pull to do a reading for you. And honestly, what came through gave me actual chills. Something massive is building in your life right now, and the universe is practically shouting about money and love, coming together in a way that's going to blow your mind. Let me share what the cards revealed, because this is seriously powerful. So, I shuffled my deck and asked specifically about what's coming for Capricorn in terms of major success, especially around finances and relationships. The energy that came through was so potent, I had to pause and just breathe it in. This is one of those readings where every card builds on the previous one to tell this incredible story. The first card that appeared was the Two of Pentacles. Now when I saw this, I immediately thought about how you've been juggling so much lately, Capricorn. You've been managing multiple responsibilities, probably handling work projects while also trying to maintain your personal life. Maybe even dealing with some financial decisions that required your attention. This card showed me someone who's been in constant motion, adapting to changes, trying to keep everything balanced. But here's the thing that struck me about this particular card in this position. It's not showing struggle, it's showing mastery. You've actually been getting really good at managing these different aspects of your life. The way you've been handling money lately, the choices you've been making about where to invest your time and energy, it's all been preparing you for something bigger. What I found fascinating was the specific imagery that came to mind with this card. I could see you literally standing at a crossroads of opportunity. On one side, there's a financial opportunity that's been developing, maybe a career move or a business venture, or even just a shift in how you approach making money. On the other side, there's an emotional opportunity, something in the love department that's been quietly growing, and you've been doing this beautiful dance between both, not letting either one fall. The universe has been watching you handle this with such grace and maturity. You haven't been reckless with your heart or your wallet. You've been measured, thoughtful, strategic even. That's classic Capricorn energy, but elevated. The message I got from this card was that your ability to stay flexible while maintaining your core stability has opened a major doorway. You didn't force anything. You didn't panic when things got complicated. You just kept moving with the rhythm of what life was asking from you. And that flexibility combined with your natural Capricorn discipline has created this perfect storm of readiness. You're ready for what's coming in a way you might not even fully realize yet. Then, the Six of Wands came through, and I actually gasped a little because this is the victory card. This is public recognition, triumph, success that other people witness and celebrate. When this card shows up after the Two of Pentacles, it's telling me that all that juggling you've been doing, all that effort to keep things balanced, it's about to pay off in a major, visible way. Something you've been working toward is going to succeed beyond what you expected, and people are going to notice. What got me most excited about this card was the energy of confidence that radiated from it. You know how sometimes success feels private or quiet? This isn't that. This is the kind of success where you get to hold your head high and feel genuinely proud of what you've accomplished. I saw imagery of you receiving acknowledgement, maybe praise from colleagues or bosses, maybe recognition in your field, possibly even a literal award or promotion or public acknowledgement of some kind. But it wasn't just about external validation. The deeper message was about you finally seeing yourself as the capable, powerful person you actually are. In terms of money, this card suggested a significant win, not just a small bonus or a modest raise, something that makes you go, wow, okay, this is actually happening. It could be a major sale if you're in business, a promotion with a substantial salary increase, a successful investment paying off, or even an unexpected source of income that comes from your talents being recognized. The number 6 in tarot often relates to harmony and balance, so this financial success isn't coming at the cost of your well-being or your relationships. It's actually enhancing everything. And here's where it gets really interesting for love. The Six of Wands can indicate that you become more attractive to potential partners. When you're in this successful, confident energy, if you're single, people are going to notice you in a whole new way. There's something magnetic about someone who's winning at life, who's confident without being arrogant, who's achieved something real. If you're in a relationship, this success is going to bring fresh energy and excitement into your dynamic. Your partner is going to see you shining, and it's going to reignite their attraction and respect for you. The card also whispered something about timing. This victory isn't years away. The energy suggested something coming to fruition relatively soon, within the next couple of months at most. Things that you've been planting seeds for, working on behind the scenes, they're ready to bloom. And when they do, it's going to be undeniable. Next came the Six of Cups, and this completely shifted the energy in the most beautiful way. After all this talk of success and recognition, here comes this card of nostalgia, innocence, sweet memories, and genuine heartfelt connections. At first I wondered why this would appear in a reading about major success, but then it clicked, and honestly this might be the most profound part of the entire reading. The Six of Cups in this context is saying that your upcoming success in money and recognition is going to reconnect you with something pure in yourself, something you might have lost touch with during your climb up the mountain. Capricorn, you're so focused on achievement and doing things right that sometimes you forget the simple joys, the playful parts of life, the moments of just being, instead of constantly doing. This card is promising that your success is going to come with an unexpected gift, which is the return of lightness and joy. In terms of love, this card absolutely made my heart flutter. For those of you who are single, this could indicate someone from your past making a reappearance, but not in a toxic way. More like someone you had a genuine sweet connection with. Someone who represents a time when love felt simple and true. It could be an actual past person reaching out, or it could be meeting someone new who gives you those same feelings of safety and innocent joy. The kind of person who makes you feel like you can let your guard down and just be yourself without all the armor you usually wear. If you're already in a relationship, this card suggested a beautiful renewal. Like you and your partner are going to rediscover what made you fall for each other in the first place. Maybe you'll recreate an early date, or visit a place that was meaningful when you first got together. Or you'll have one of those random moments where you look at each other and remember why you chose this person. It's about stripping away all the stress and complications and getting back to the heart of what matters. There was also a message about inner child healing. Your success is going to heal something in you that's been wounded since childhood. Maybe you grew up feeling like you had to be serious and responsible all the time. Maybe you felt like you weren't allowed to dream or play or want beautiful things. This upcoming phase is giving you permission to enjoy the fruits of your labor without guilt, to feel deserving of good things, to experience joy without wondering when the other shoe will drop. The Ten of Wands appeared next, and okay, I'll be honest. When I first turned this over, I thought, oh no, this doesn't match the positive energy of the other cards. But then I really sat with it and understood what the universe was trying to communicate. This card shows someone carrying a heavy load, shouldering massive responsibility, pushing forward despite exhaustion. And yes, Capricorn, this has been you. You've been carrying so much weight on your shoulders. More than people probably realized. What struck me most about this card was that it's showing the moment. Right before the burden is set down, you're in the final stretch. You've carried these responsibilities, these worries, these pressures for so long, and you're almost at the destination. The reading is showing me that you need to see and acknowledge just how much you've been handling, because your upcoming success isn't random luck or coincidence. It's the direct result of how much you've been willing to carry and how far you've been willing to walk with that weight. This card validated something I think you need to hear. You're tired, legitimately exhausted in ways that might not show on the surface. You've been the strong one, the responsible one, the one everyone counts on. You've been managing more than your fair share, and you've been doing it without much complaint because that's what you do. But the universe sees it. Every late night, every time you pushed through when you wanted to quit, every sacrifice you made that nobody noticed, it all counted. Your love life is going to feel lighter because you won't be too exhausted to nurture it properly. Here's a specific insight that came through. Whatever major goal you've been working toward, you're closer than you think. Like if you imagined you were only halfway there, you're actually at about 80 or 90% completion. The finish line is visible, even if you can't quite see it yet through all the stuff you're carrying. This card is telling you, don't you dare quit now. Don't set it all down when you're this close. Just a little more persistence, and you break through to the other side. The Nine of Wands came next, and this intensified the message from the Ten of Wands, but with a different flavor. This is the warrior card. The person who's been through battles, who's scarred and weary but still standing. The figure in this card is defensive, protective, maybe a little guarded because they've learned that threats can come when you least expect them. Capricorn, this is describing your current state so accurately. You've been hurt before. Maybe in love you trusted someone who betrayed that trust. Maybe in career you worked hard for something that fell through, or someone took credit for your work. Maybe financially you experienced a setback that made you more cautious. Whatever the specifics, you've developed this defensive stance. You're successful and capable, but you're also protecting yourself constantly. You don't let people in you don't celebrate victories too loudly because you're worried about jinxing things or becoming a target. The reading showed me that this guarded quality has served you well up to now. It's protected you from being taken advantage of. It's kept you focused and serious about your goals. But here's the message from this card in the context of this reading. You can start to lower your guard just a little bit. Not completely and not naively, but you can begin to trust that good things are actually coming and that you're safe to receive them. I felt strongly that this card was specifically addressing your fear around success. Part of you is scared of what happens when you actually achieve what you've been working toward. Will people resent you? Will it make you a target? Will you lose the hunger that's been driving you? Will you somehow mess it up once you have it? These are real fears that I sensed underlying this card's appearance. And the answer the reading gave was that these fears are understandable, but they're not prophetic. You've done the work to deserve success, and you have the wisdom and battle scars to handle it well. In relationships, this card suggested that you might be protecting your heart more than necessary right now. If you're single, you might be so focused on not getting hurt again that you're missing potential connections. If you're partnered, you might be holding back parts of yourself because you're afraid of being vulnerable. The upcoming shift in your life is going to help you feel secure enough to take some emotional risks again, to hope again, to to believe that love can work out without disaster. Then the Three of Wands came through, and the energy completely opened up. This is one of my favorite cards because it represents expansion, forward movement, ships coming in with treasures, plans that are manifesting into reality. After the heavy burden cards, this was like a breath of fresh air. This card is literally about watching your efforts pay off, about opportunities arriving, about your vision for the future starting to materialize. What I loved about this card's placement was that it confirmed everything the previous cards were building to. You've been juggling responsibilities with the Two of Pentacles. You've been working toward a public victory. With the Six of Wands, you've been carrying heavy loads. With the Ten of Wands, you've been standing guard with the Nine of Wands. And now the Three of Wands says all of that is about to result in expansion beyond what you originally envisioned. The specific imagery that came to mind was you standing at a vantage point, looking out at multiple possibilities spreading before you. Not just one opportunity, but several. And here's the beautiful part. You get to choose. The scarcity energy that's been driving you, the fear that there's not enough or that you might miss your only chance, that's dissolving. You're entering a phase of abundance where good options exist simultaneously, and you have the luxury of being selective. For money, this is incredibly promising. Multiple income streams, multiple opportunities for advancement, multiple ways your talents can be monetized. If you've been working on any kind of business or side project, this card screamed that it's about to reach people far beyond your immediate circle. There's an energy of things going further and wider than expected. Your work getting shared, your reputation spreading, your influence growing, and with that growth comes financial reward. In terms of love, the Three of Wands suggested meeting someone through expansion of your world. Maybe through travel or through exploring a new interest or through putting yourself out there in ways you haven't before. For those in relationships, this card indicated growing together, expanding your shared vision, maybe planning something bigger for your future together, like moving in, or marriage, or starting a family, or building something together. There's forward momentum and excitement about what's possible. The timing on this card felt relatively near future, like within the next few months, you'll start seeing evidence of this expansion. Things you've sent out into the world are going to start coming back to you with interest. Connections you've made are going to turn into opportunities. Seeds you planted are going to sprout in visible ways. The Five of Pentacles appeared, and I had to really sit with this one, because at first glance, it seemed to contradict all the abundance messages. This is traditionally the card of financial hardship, being left out in the cold, feeling abandoned or struggling, but context is everything in tarot, and in this reading it's not predicting poverty or loss. Instead, it's showing what you're moving away from. It's highlighting a fear or a past experience that's been influencing your current choices. The insight I got was about scarcity mindset. Despite all your hard work and capability, there's a part of you that still operates from a place of not having enough. Maybe you grew up with financial stress, maybe you watched your parents struggle, maybe you went through a period where money was genuinely tight and it left a mark on your psyche. Whatever the source, you have this underlying anxiety about resources running out, about being left with nothing, about ending up on the outside looking in at the life you want. Asterisk. This card in this reading was validating that fear, while also showing you that it's time to release it. The story the cards have been telling is about abundance coming in, but you won't be able to fully receive and enjoy that abundance if you're still gripping onto scarcity thinking. The Five of Pentacles is asking you to examine where you're operating from lack even when your external reality doesn't match that anymore. In relationships, this card pointed to a fear of emotional poverty, being alone, being unloved, being the one left out while everyone else has partnership. If you've been settling for less than you deserve in love, this card explained why. You've been afraid that holding out for what you really want means you'll end up with nothing, so you've accepted crumbs or stayed in situations that weren't fully nourishing because something felt better than nothing. But the reading is showing that this calculation is outdated now. The deeper message was about worthiness. The Five of Pentacles can indicate feeling unworthy of help, of warmth, of abundance, even when it's available. I saw you walking past sources of support because you don't want to burden anyone, or because you don't believe you deserve assistance. The universe is saying you need to let yourself be helped, be supported, be loved. You need to walk through that door, into the warm church, instead of staying out in the cold out of pride or fear or habit. The Ace of Cups came next, and I literally got goosebumps, because this is pure, undiluted love and emotional fulfillment being offered from the universe. An ace is, maybe you'll go through something together that bonds you in a new way. Maybe you'll make a commitment that takes things to the next level. The energy was about your cup, literally overflowing with love and good feeling. What struck me most was the spiritual component of this card. The Ace of Cups isn't just romantic love, it's divine love. It's the universe saying you are loved beyond measure, you are valued, you matter. It's about opening your heart to receive not just from other people but from life itself. I got this vision of you finally letting yourself feel joy without immediately waiting for the bad thing to happen. Just pure, uncomplicated happiness filling you up. The timing on this felt imminent. Aces represent the seed of something, the very beginning. So this new emotional beginning is either just starting now or about to start very soon. You might have already met this person or felt the first stirrings of this renewed love. Pay attention to your heart in the coming weeks. Notice when you feel genuinely moved or touched or excited about someone or something. That's the Ace of Cups making itself known. The King of Cups appeared, and this added such an interesting dimension because it's about emotional maturity and mastery. The King of Cups is someone who feels deeply but isn't controlled by their emotions. They understand the depths of human feeling, but they don't drown in them. They can be compassionate and empathetic while also maintaining healthy boundaries. They're the therapist, the wise counselor, the person who holds space for others while also taking care of themselves. In the context of this reading, this card suggested two possible meanings, and honestly I think both are relevant. First, it could represent a person coming into your life. If you're single, this king could be your person, someone emotionally intelligent, mature, probably a water sign or someone with strong water placements, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Someone who's done their inner work and knows how to handle relationship challenges with grace. Someone who won't play games or run away when things get real. Someone stable and deep and genuinely available. But the second meaning felt even more significant. This king could represent you. It could be showing the version of yourself you're growing into through all of this. The person who's been through the struggles, carried the burdens, protected themselves when needed, but is now ready to lead with their heart from a place of strength rather than fear. You're becoming the King of Cups, someone who can be successful in the material world while also being open and loving in the emotional realm. What I found beautiful was how this card tied together the money and love themes of the reading. The King of Cups proves you don't have to choose between success and softness, between achievement and affection, between being strong and being vulnerable. You can have both. You can be the person who's winning at career and finances, while also being the person who loves deeply and openly. That integration is what's happening for you now. This king also suggested that your emotional intelligence is becoming one of your greatest assets. In business and career, being able to read people and situations on an emotional level is going to give you an edge. You'll know who to trust, what offers to accept, when to push forward, and when to wait. In love, your growing emotional maturity means you'll be able to navigate conflict without running away and celebrate joy without self-sabotaging. You're becoming someone who can hold complexity with grace. Knight of Cups showed up, and this injected some romantic energy into the reading that made me smile. The Knight of Cups is the ultimate romantic gesture, the person showing up with flowers and declarations, the beautiful offer of love and connection. This knight is artistic, sensitive, idealistic about love in the best way. They believe in romance, and they're not afraid to express their feelings. For single Capricorns, this card was pretty straightforward. Someone is going to pursue you. Someone is going to make their interest clear and make an effort to win your heart. This isn't going to be subtle or ambiguous. This is someone who's going to show up for you in noticeable ways, taking you on real dates, expressing genuine interest, following through on what they say they'll do. After dealing with people who are wishy-washy or unavailable, this is going to feel refreshing and exciting. The combination of the King of Cups, followed by the Knight of Cups, created this interesting message about masculine energy showing up in your love life in evolved forms. These aren't toxic or immature expressions of masculinity. These are men who are in touch with their feelings, who value emotional connection, who aren't afraid to be romantic and tender. Whether this is one person embodying both energies or two different people, the message is that you're attracting a higher caliber of romantic partner than you may have experienced before. For those in relationships, the Knight of Cups suggested your partner is going to surprise you with romantic gestures or renewed courtship energy. They're going to remember why they wanted to win your heart in the first place, and they're going to show it. Or it could represent you deciding to bring more romance and intentional wooing into your relationship. Either way, there's an infusion of beauty and poetry into your love life. There was also a message about creative expression. The Knight of Cups often relates to artistic pursuits and creative projects. Your emotional life and your creative life are merging in powerful ways. You might find yourself wanting to express what you're feeling through art, music, writing, or other creative outlets. Or you might meet someone through creative circles. The energy was about beauty and art and romance all intertwining. The last card was the Two of Pentacles coming full circle. Wait, no, that was the first card. Let me check my notes because I pulled 10 cards total. Actually, looking back at my spread, the 10th card was the Knight of Cups, so that completes the reading beautifully. So let me bring all of this together for you, Capricorn, because the story these cards told is genuinely incredible. You've been in this period of intense juggling and balancing multiple demands on your time, energy, and resources. You've been working so hard, carrying heavy responsibilities, staying guarded because you've been hurt before, and you're protecting yourself. You've been operating from a place of scarcity mindset, even though you're more capable than you give yourself credit for. But everything is about to shift dramatically. Public recognition and success is coming your way, particularly in your career and finances. You're going to experience a victory that other people witness and celebrate. This success is going to reconnect you with joy and innocence, healing parts of yourself that have been wounded. The burdens you've been carrying are about to get lighter as you reach your goals and gain More support and resources. Your defensive stance is understandable, but you can start to soften it. The expansion you've been working toward is manifesting into reality, with multiple opportunities opening up. You're moving away from scarcity consciousness into abundance consciousness. And most beautifully, your heart is opening to receive real love. Whether through a new person entering your life or through renewed depth in an existing relationship, you're experiencing an emotional renaissance. You're becoming the emotionally mature version of yourself who can handle both success and vulnerability. And romance, real beautiful romance, is either here or arriving very soon. Someone emotionally available and genuinely interested is showing up for you. The timeline on all of this feels relatively compressed. We're talking weeks to months, not years. The energy is building now, and you're going to start seeing tangible evidence of this shift very soon. Here's what I want you to take away from this reading. Your hard work hasn't been for nothing. Your struggles have been shaping you into someone capable of handling the success that's coming. The universe hasn't forgotten about you. Everything you've been hoping for in terms of career achievement, financial stability, and real love, it's all coming together simultaneously. That's why you're going to get goosebumps when it starts happening, because it's going to feel almost too good to be true. But it is true. You've earned this through your persistence, your discipline, your willingness to keep showing up even when it was hard. Now it's time to actually receive the rewards. Open your hands. Open your heart. Let the good stuff in. You deserve every bit of it. Trust what's unfolding. Keep doing what you're doing, but start allowing yourself to believe that happy endings are possible for you too. The cards are absolutely clear that something major and wonderful is manifesting for you right now.